Hey, welcome back to PQF Academy. Um, as always, I want to say thank you for everybody that watched the previous video. Thank you for liking my new subscribers. Thank you also for subscribing to the channel. Um, just thank you for going on this journey with me. What is this? We're on part 16, I believe. Part 16. Whew. For people that are just now coming in, typically what happens on this channel, if you don't know, the channel, the video before is us making the pattern for today's video, which is Thursday. We make the actual bag. So I'm gonna have a link in the description below to the very first video. I want you, if you're coming onto this video and you're new to the channel, I want you to go back and start back at part 1. All right, so then you'll be able to get the gist of what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, what we are doing here is taking one pattern and we're making multiple different bags, and that's what we have done so far. We've made so many different bags off of this one pattern, and all we've done is change the measurements. It's the same exact pattern, but we just changed the measurements. It was either this big, this big, this tall, or this tall. All we did was change the measurements, and that's what this series is. The one pattern, many different bags. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So today we are making a duffel bag from the one pattern. We already made like a small, like little weekender bag, so we're gonna make a duffel bag now. It's gonna hold a little bit more than just the weekend stuff. Okay, so what you're going to need for this one, and I've already cut out some of my pieces. I've actually also sewn some of my pieces also, because we already know what to do. We're already on part 16 already, so we should know what we're doing if you're following the series. Once again, if you haven't been following the series and you just now found us, go back to the original, go back to part 1, which is going to be in the link below, right? So I've already went ahead and sewn up my straps. Okay, that's what I've done already. Also in this video, we're going to go back to my nemesis, the zipper pocket. But what I've already done, I've already marked it already. Okay, if you don't know how to mark it, go back to video 14, which will also be in the description below. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the description below, so you can go ahead and look at the zipper pocket, see how we done that. So I want you to watch that video on how to draw out the zipper pocket. So I've already drawn this out. I've already took in my tabs, already done what I need to do with my tabs. What you're also going to need, we're going to need a 7-inch zipper of any color of your choosing. We're going to need about 18 or 20-inch zipper. Doesn't really matter for this one because it's a little bit longer. But 18 to 20-inch zipper. I would suggest that you get a nylon zipper if you can. I'm used to dealing with metal zippers, so I kind of know how to sew over them. So I'm okay with that, but I'd rather for you to get a nylon zipper, okay? We're also going to need our D-rings or O-rings, which is these are about 1 inch. Then we're going to need our clasp, which is about another 1 inch. I'm going to be using these rivets. Going to be using my rivets. So with me using the rivets, I need my presser. Okay, I need my machine. I also need my puncher so I can punch into the leather. Remember we talked about that before. There's another type of puncher. There is one that's like a hand puncher. My hands hurt too much. I'm not using that one. So I'm going to use this. I'll use this puncher with this plate, with this mallet. Okay? Remember, I also said I'm going to be selling this bag also. So I have my logo. This one right here, for mostly times for duffel bags, I only put one on the inside of the bag. So I'll show you where I place that at and how I kind of do that. But I typically, if you're going to put a logo, you put it wherever you want to put it. But I typically on a duffel bag, on a book bag, a laptop bag, something of that nature. I typically put it on the inside. When it comes most of the purses, like some of the elegant purses that I will make, I put not this one. I have another logo, another tag that I put on the outside of the bag. So I already went ahead and cut out my lining piece, and I also cut out my exterior fabric. Okay, so both of them are cut out. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So what we're gonna do first, I think we're gonna go ahead and do the zipper pocket first. So I'm gonna show you how to do that once again, some of the steps to take when we're doing it, and then we're gonna move on from there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and do the zipper pocket first. So I'm gonna go ahead and find the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold it over, and then I'm gonna crease it. And I'm going to reopen this. Now, I know where the middle is at. I see the middle. The middle is right here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, and depending on how far down you want, you can put it as far down as you want. You can put it, if you want to put it right here, which is about 8.5 inches, which I think I'm going to do. 8.5, nah, not really. I'm going to probably do about 6 inches down. All right. I'm going to do about 6 inches down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and place. Now, I'm not doing 6 inches down from the top. I'm going to actually do 6 inches down from like where the actual top of the zipper part is, where this part was going to go. So I've already folded this and actually know where the middle is at. So I'm going to do it again to show you guys. Hey, so you'll actually fold this also. Found the middle. So my middle is right here. I know where the middle is at of this. Move that back here. Put that back into the middle. Now I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to put that right there, okay? And I'm going to move my ruler so I can make sure that we are still in the middle, which we're not. Now I'm in the middle, all right? Now I'm going to take some pins. I'm just going to pin this here. All right, so what I did, if you want to know how did I draw this part out right here, I'm going to use a 7-inch zipper, and I'm going to do a different type of tactic than what we kind of did last time. I'm actually going to only go, so last time I did about 10 inches out, and I didn't like the way that looked, so I did about an 8 and a quarter, did about an 8 and a quarter out. So so I did about an 8 and a quarter. So what I did is I went here, drew this out to however far that I want. It's actually 8 inches, not 8 and a quarter, sorry. 8 inches out, went out here, did that. Then I came down here to about a 1/2 inch right there. Stopped there, moved my ruler over here, did the same thing, about a 1/2 inch, then came down and then connected the bottom. And then what I did, I found the middle of where the zipper's at, where the zipper's gonna go. Then I drew a line here. And then I drew some triangles, getting this right here. Putting these triangles on, because when we do, we're going to cut in the middle of this, and you'll see that because I'm going to bring you back and we're going to do that, okay? But we're going to cut into the middle of this, and we're not going to cut all the way into there. But what I want you to do is remember, we go over to the sewing machine. If you remember from video 13, I believe it was. We're on 16, 15. So video 14, sorry. Video 14 is that we take and we sew the outside line. So here, we come down, we come up, come across, we go up, and we come back over here. Remember, we're beginning and end, we backstitch, okay? In the beginning, we backstitch, and the end, we backstitch also, all right? But you're only going to, once again, sew on the outside. That's it, on the outside line, okay? All right, so, so we have this on to our bag, all right? This is on our back. So what we do, we grab our scissors, and you see that center mark right there? What I'm gonna do even you don't have to use scissors. You have a rotary cutter. You can use the rotary cutter also. It's completely up to you how you decide to do it. I like to use scissors. We're going to cut through both layers of the fabric. Just giving it a starting point. Open it back up. We're going to go ahead and put our scissors in. And then we're just going to cut down. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to cut straight down. I'm going to go ahead and get off of the camera so I can do this properly because I don't want to mess up this again. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the camera. And once we get to here, I'm going to show you once again on how to cut this, okay? Be right back. All right, so I went ahead and cut down both sides. Now, when I got to the top of the triangle, I stopped right there, right? And then what I'm going to do is going to come here and I'm going to cut right all the way up into the corner, but I'm not going to make sure I don't cut the corner. All right, so we're gonna go get as close as possible. Sorry guys, this is kind of a little difficult trying to do it with the camera and stuff, but we're gonna rock through this. So right there all the way to the corner, and I don't want to break the stitch right there. Okay, all right, so that's what that looks like. So that's gonna do that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'll be right back. We're going to continue and we're going to forge forward, okay? Now, I did do something and I did this wrong, okay? This was actually supposed to be on the wrong side. So, me doing this, so these two this pocket piece and my fabric piece, my exterior piece should have been right sides together. So, it shouldn't have been. So, right now, it's wrong sides together. So, when I go to put this into the pocket, right, and I turn this inside out like this, go ahead and get that in. When this gets zippered up, you're technically going to see the wrong side because I did it wrong. But it's okay. They're almost darn near the same. It's just that this one's a little bit darker, but they're almost darn near the same, so it doesn't really matter. So, but when you go to put this on, people, make sure that you put the pocket right side together, okay? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish turning this out. All right, so I took it over to the iron and I ironed it out a little bit. Now, you see how this is puckering right here? I did want to show you this. What this means right here is that on this side, I'm not close enough to the edge on one side. So what you can do, take and cut right there just a little bit, get to the edge, get closer as possible. Now, when I turn it back over, that pucker right there should be gone. Should flatten out. See, that pucker's gone now. Because I wasn't that close to the edge. That's why I say you have to get as close to the edge as possible, but also make sure that you don't cut into the thread. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna put the zipper on the inside right here, and I'm gonna take a look. So this is how the zipper is gonna look on the inside of right here. All right, now you see how the zipper is kind of wonky. If your zipper is wonky, you know what, one thing that you can do, a secret that you can do, it's not really a secret, but you can actually take this to the ironing board and give it a nice press, right? Give this a press, and then you'll be able to see that it'll straighten up. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to do that, okay? See? As you see, I took it to the ironing board and I gave it a press and it straightened out on its own. It straightened out on its own, but it straightened out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in here. Take a look and see how that looks. Line that up. And I actually like it like that, right? I actually like it fitting firm into that window right there. See? That's how I like it. Like just like that. Now, last time I used stitch witchery. All right. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some double-sided tape. I'm going to put it right above here, right? So what this is going to do, me doing it this way, it's going to catch it pretty nice and pretty well, but it's not going to catch it to the point where I'm going to be going through the whole entire portion of it, all right? What I actually should do, let me go ahead and do this because I made a mistake. Go ahead and take this off. I shouldn't use all of this. Should actually cut this in half. Cut this in half. And then go ahead and put it up top here. All right. Because I want it to have enough to where it grips enough to where it grips this, it catches this, but it's not a lot of it that is catching, okay? It's not a lot of it that is catching, but I want it enough to catch it, but at the same time, I still want enough for it that it can be able to go through the sewing machine. All right, because if I'd have did it like that, kept it that big, it would have been kind of tough to put it through the sewing machine, okay? So I'm gonna put the other piece right there. Go ahead and take this off. Oh my gosh, this is kind of tedious to do a little bit. It's kind of so let's go ahead. That one don't want to come off that way. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. Let me go ahead and get this off, all right? All right, so I got the double-sided tape on. One thing I like about double-sided tape, so when I put it down, I can easily like pick it up. So when I go to put the zipper down, and I flip it over. Okay, I like it just like that. That's how I like it. I'm okay with that, all right? So now I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew right along this edge right here. All right? And I'll be right back. Okay, so now I actually like this zipper right here. I like how it is. Whatever side you want it to be on, you can have that zipper on that side, okay? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. And I'm going to, you would pin here, all right? You would pin here, and then you would sew along here, and then sew down here. Because when you turn it over and flip it, that what makes the pocket. Okay, that makes the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Now, just in case you forgot when you're going to come to sew this zipper right here, right? And you fold this over right here, and we got this here. You do want to move this off to the side. Move the bag off to the side, because all we're doing is sewing the zipper pocket, and that's it. We're just sewing the pocket. We're not sewing the pocket onto here, all right? You can if you want. That gives it a different type of look, you know, that exterior type look if you like. But that's what we're going to do, okay? I just wanted to come on and show you that. Okay, that zipper pocket is done. All right, so we're on the end. Look right here. So what I can do if I'm traveling, I can stick a passport in there, like a passport cover. Stick my cell phone, stick a cell phone in there. You know, stick a couple other things in there and close it up. All right, so it's a nice, decent sized pocket. So what I want to do 3 inches from the center. And then I'm going to go about 3 inches down, right? So I know 3 inches down is going to be about here. Typically, you would do this with you can do this with a visible eraser or marker or visible pen, piece of chalk or something of that nature. All right. So don't be like me and use pen on your fabric. All right. But so I'm 3 inches over, and I'm 3 inches down. All right. So when I put this here, now when I do this, I want to make sure I have it on the best side possible. So it's kind of like almost like a guesstimate for me of where I'm at, but I think I want to put this. I'm going to put my dot right there. All right. Now I'm going to bring it over to here. Sorry, I got to find it. All right, so I know where the dot's at. The dot's there. Get that lined up. And then I would take my mallet, which I don't have right here, and then I would just hit that, and then it will come and it will make a hole. All right, so I'm going to do this for all of mine, and then I'll be right back, okay? Actually, hold on 1 second. So I know I'm 3 inches over, right? I know that I'm 3 inches over. And then so what I want to do, because I'm going to be using my my rivets. So I know I'm here, and I probably want to go about do I want to do a 1/2 inch? I think that's enough. Yeah, we can go about a 1/2 inch up from where this is made. The dot is made. Go about a 1/2 inch up right here, and then put one there. All right, I'm going to put one there, and then see, make sure that's straight. All right, that's perfect right there. That's straight. So I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my mallet, and then I'm going to put my holes into it, okay? Now, the one thing I like about when I have one side done, I can easily just fold this in half, go right over top of the other hole. And I can do the exact same thing with the other strap. I'll line these up together perfectly and then punch right into the other hole. So say for instance, if this is the other strap, I will line this up. They'll be lined up together, and I'll go right into there. All right. And I will be right back once that's done. Okay. So one thing I like to do, I have these little stabilizers, right? So I know where my mark is, where I'm going to be putting this at, right? I also went on the other side and did that also and put that mark on the other side, so I know exactly where it's at. So I have these little stabilizers. One thing I like to do is I like to put these back here like that. Okay. And they're going to go right here, because what it's going to do, it's going to kind of, it's going to make this a little bit stronger. This right here will make it a little bit stronger for carrying and things of that nature. So that's what that's what I like to typically do. I like to keep those there and put those right there. I'm gonna go ahead and get my straps on. I am gonna show you how to put the tabs on also, but yeah, these stabilizers, I think I talked about this once before, a couple of times, I believe. Maybe I think I put these in the other bag that I made for my client. So that's what I typically like to do. I put that there, those like these like stabilizers right here. Once again, what it does is make it stronger. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those on. And how I actually typically do it, matter of fact, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this one. I typically know it, so I put these here. So I know where I'm lined. I know where I'm at, because I have my marker here, my pen mark. And then I can fill this right here. And Okay, it must have fell on the floor. That sucks. So I would grab my puncher. Oh, here it is actually. So let's go ahead and do it. I'll grab my puncher here and then hammer that on. Go right through that. And do the same thing over here. So now I got my hole punched on this side. Got my hole punched on this side, and it's also punched through the fabric also. Okay? Also, one way you can do this, since I have this hole punch also through here, when I have my fabric like this, I can turn my fabric, know where the holes is at, and put this in half and then do the exact same thing and do the holes on the other side, all right? And then also with these right here, I can line all these up right here, just like that. Take this and punch right through all of those. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my handles on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my bottom rivets. I guess the male piece. I'm gonna pick a side that I think is gonna be great as far as, you know, the exterior part goes. So I'm gonna go with this side. So I'm gonna put these here. Push those through. Then I'm gonna take and push those on there. Now I'm gonna take my presser. I don't know what this is really called. I call it a presser. And then I'm just gonna press these on. They get pushed on right there, and then they're nice, tight, and secure. All right, then I'm gonna do the same to the other ones, all right? So I just wanted to show you guys that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got my handles on. And the reason why I went with the blue handle is because there's some blue in here, and I want to kind of like bring that color out a little bit. So you're probably, some people be like, oh, why don't you go with the lime green, or go with something, the red or whatever. There's some blue right there, and I just wanted to bring that blue out right there. All right, and I think I can see, you can kind of see where it brings it out, right? All right, so we're done with the front. So we're gonna go ahead and put this off to the side. And if you wanted to, typically in my duffel bags, I typically don't do an inside pocket because I'm thinking more of travel and things of that nature, or, you know, being on the go or something of that. So typically that's why there's a pocket on the outside and that's it. And on the inside, it's kind of free. So one thing that I typically do is when I just do a duffel bag, I'll typically put my logo right here on the inside right there. And I'll just stitch that up right there. And then I'll take one of these, fold this in half, and then I'll stick and sew that right there. All right. So that's one thing that I do. I'll do. So like when I know it's my bag, one thing I do so I can know it's my bag, and if somebody has it, well, like it's not like somebody is gonna duplicate my bag right now. I'm not that famous yet. Hopefully one day somebody would be duplicating my bag. But I'll put that there, and that's how I know it's my bag, or it's quote unquote authentic. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on, and then we're gonna go ahead and get right to the zipper. All right. All right. So went ahead and I have that on. I got my the logo I like to use on here. I actually have the thing that I said I was going to do. I have it on the other piece of the bag. I forgot it. I don't put these on the same side. All right, but we're going to go ahead and do the zipper now, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to grab the zipper. I'm not going to grab the exterior piece with the zipper on it, with the zipper pocket. I'm going to grab the other one, right? So we know we have to find, because it's going to be easier for me to fold so we can find the middle. So we find the middle. Make a snip. we have our zipper. And we're going to take and we're going to make sure these are out the way. Remember, this goes face down. So this goes face down like this into that right there. So we're right there in the middle. We have the snip. Once again, remember last time I had told you, if you like, you can go ahead and pin this. Take this over to the sewing machine. Sew this part on. All right. We can sew this part on by itself and then take the lining piece and do the exact same thing. And then sew it right over top of that zipper, right? And then we top stitch everything from there. So we know how to put this on. I think we've done this so far 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So let's go ahead and see if we can do it by ourselves without any help. Just remember that when you're doing the exterior, this goes down, okay? So let's go ahead and see if we can do it by ourselves, and then meet me back over here. Okay, so we got everything sewn up, sewn together. Everything is good. Everything's sewn together. All right. Oh, let's go look up. Everything's sewn together. So now what we're going to do, all right, we're gonna do our normal thug dizzle. Is that we're going to put these together and then we're gonna sew. All right. But this time, what I want you guys to do, right? So remember, we have 2 ways that we can sew this. When we sew the lining, we can have 2 ways we can flip it, right? You can leave a 6 inch right here on the bottom, or you can leave 6 inches right here on the side. Completely up to you which one you want to do, okay? So when we go to sew, remember, we're going to sew from here. It's going to go here or here. Leave 6 inches if you want, then come down. Or sew here, leave 6 inches if you want, and then go around. So you can either sew, leave 6 inches, sew up. Or you can do sew, leave 6 inches, sew up. Now, one thing I want us to do is when we get ready to do this part, right? I want us to, one sec, I'll be right back. I forgot to grab something. So I want to grab my ruler, right? And what I want to do, I want to go ahead and, now I have 2 ways I can do this. I think we're going to do this one the easy way first, right? We're going to do this the easy way first. So on the bottom of here, I want to go up to about, we're going to go up about 8 inches, okay? We're going to go about up 8 inches. And make sure I put this on. Whoop. We're going to put our clasps onto our tab. So I'm going to go up here about 8 inches. I'm going to put this here. Now, it's up to you how much. If you want to go ahead and cut some of this, you can. Or if you want, you can turn this on the inside, or however you decide to do it. If you want to get rid of some of this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of about 1 inch of it. Or what I can also do, since I don't want to use all this, I can go ahead and take and just cut this in half. And then go ahead and put that on. So that'll be a lot easier. So you cut it in half. Put this here. All right, make sure that's nice like that. We're going to go up about 8 inches, like I said. So we're going to go right about here. Put this here. And then I would take and pin this. Then I'm going to go over to the other side, and I'm going to do the other side the same exact way. I'm going to take and I'm going to pin this here, all right? I'll be right back. All right, so I got these on. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do my sewing thing around. We're gonna go ahead and sew. All right. Remember, leave whatever you, if you want to turn it out, turn it there, or if you want to turn it here, don't forget your 6 inches that you're going to leave. Okay. And I will see you soon. Okay, so I forgot. I hope you guys did your box corners and stuff, because I know I didn't say do them and stuff, but I hope you guys done those box corners, right? So remember last time when we had when we put these in, we did these a certain type of way and things of that nature. We put it to, where the zipper thing is. But we're gonna do this time. We're not gonna do it that way. So I'm gonna get my D-ring on. All right. Gonna put my D-ring on. And I am going to put it, zoom out a little bit. I'm going to put it downwards into this. So it's going to be on here, but I'm going to put it down on the inside of it, all right? It's going to be down. So when you basically, what I'm saying is, you look at it, like it's literally going here, and it's going to go right here. Just like that. So when it's here, it's literally, let me turn this around so you can see it a little bit better, so it gives a bit different contrast. So I'm literally have it like this. And then I'll close these up like I'll typically do, like if I'm doing the bottom piece and stuff like. And I'll close this up like I'm typically doing the bottom, like if I do the box corners here, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So once again, I'm gonna put this right in here, and I'm not gonna put this right here like we did before. Like before we did put it right here. I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that this time. We're gonna do it in a different way, because I'm trying to show you different ways you can actually put these on. Right, and I'm gonna put it right along that, right here, just like that. All right, so I'll be back. Next time you see me, we will be face to face. All right, so we are finished. Right, I like to call this a duffel bag because it's a little bit bigger than the other one. This one right here. You can almost, like I tell people, you can kind of reinvent. I know I never told you guys anything, but you can kind of reinvent things when you're doing things here. When you're making your own bag, it doesn't have to be the duffel bag that's typically called a duffel bag. You get what I'm saying? This can be considered a duffel bag if you like. One, because it fits a lot more too on top of that. All right. So that's one thing you can do. You can name things whatever you kind of want to name it, as long as it's within that same vicinity. All right. So if you like today's video, put these right here. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and as always, thank you for tuning in to PQF Academy.